I'm Tommy Chong, and I'm going to be on I Only Touch Greatness broadcast. So podcast. So come on and check me out.
How did you guys come up with the Up in Smoke idea? Like, were those characters you guys built from the bottom and all the way up, or?
Well, we had worked live for 7 years before we did a movie, and so we had those characters down pretty good. And I got tired of touring, so I wrote a movie. But we ended up getting Lou Adler involved. Everybody got involved, and Lou wanted to do our greatest hits, Cheech and Chong's greatest hits. That was the working title of the movie. But Cheech and I decided that we're going to do these two characters, and I wrote a song, Up in Smoke. I wrote that song, and Cheech said, "Hey, that's the title," and then we started, just writing. I did the physical writing as far as writing on paper. I wrote about 40 pages of an outline, with some good jokes in it. But we ad-libbed mostly most of the real funny stuff. The whole premise. I wrote that. The marijuana ban and getting deported.
I just got a flashback.
Yeah, I did too. I got a flashback of that, but my favorite part's when at the beginning when. First of all, you got starts with the Rolls Royce logo, and it zooms back off the thing, and it's got just the grill of the Rolls Royce on a Volkswagen.
Isn't it? Well, that was the art department. They came up with that gag. That was classic. Yeah. Everybody that worked on the movie came. They added everything. The actors did their own dialogue. Like Strother Martin, that you get a job by sundown. Yeah, he wrote all that himself. Stacy Keach wrote all his stuff, and his thing. Yeah, and Cheech and I, no, it was a labor of love. Once in a lifetime.
Yeah, my next favorite part of that was the part where obviously you're dressed up as a woman on the side of the road and Cheech pulls up to pick you up, and it's the only way I could get you to stop.
Oh yeah. I think that was one of the reasons that Cheech got tired of doing that character because I always made him the horny Mexican. Well, because that's what he is,
Yeah.
We just make so much jokes of it, man. It was funny.
Yeah,
you got one?
That taught me a lesson about that one. Because one time when I had to hitchhike, I stuck the girl out on the road and I waited behind the bush because of your movie.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course. That was no. We weren't we were definitely not the first to do that.
Well, they weren't going to stop for me.
No. Oh no. I think we did. I think we hitchhiked once with our wives. No. Back in the day, yeah, we used to hitchhike around a lot. My wife and her girlfriend, her sister, when they were growing up, they took a bus at the last resort, But it was usually hi.
Have you ever greened out before?
Dreamed out?
No,
greened.
Greened out. It's basically when you smoke so much weed, you basically need to call for help.
Oh, many times, except I couldn't call. I was too fucked up.
Yeah, it's those damn rotisserie phones.
Listen, I did. What did I do? Oh, I did some Rick Simpson oil.
Oh, boy.
And I did a dab, a dollop.
Yeah.
I was gone for 2 days. 2 days. And I had Cheech and his son pitch me a movie, and I'm like, it was like breakfast at Bernie's, I couldn't get out of the basement. I stayed in the basement almost all night because I could not get up, and I really had to remind myself, okay, let's go over. How do you get up again? Okay, legs. I had to go over that shit, Just a minute. But, okay, I'm up. But where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Oh, no, it was crazy. And then when I finally get up to bed, oh, that was the struggle. I don't remember really getting into bed, but I remember being in bed. And then
that's how I go to sleep most nights as well.
Yeah. You like to get that blasted, huh?
Oh, my mind's mostly from drinking.
Oh, yeah. The drinking. Yeah, well, be careful with that, because that'll tear up. Well, you do what you got to do. My son went through that thing. He's out of it. He's out of it. He met a woman. It's a woman
that's his problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
That really is his problem. That's his problem.
That's right. That's right. That's what wives do. They're like a signpost. Okay, time to change. If you want this. Yeah.
He's still waiting for his growth spurt too.
They've been telling me my growth spurt's been coming since elementary school, so I at least tell the chicks I'm a couple inches taller, knowing that it might come overnight.
Well, that kind of explains the type of chicks you go out with, doesn't it? I got the picture. Hey, a lot of them are gorgeous. Oh, a lot of them are. Whoa.
A lot of them are definitely taller than me too.
Yeah, well, that's cool, man. Hey, listen, some of the best stuff I got was 6 foot, about 6'4". Yeah, but you're all the same size when you lay down, man.
That's fact.
It all fits together nicely.
Yeah, they do. As long as my legs can touch the bedpost, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. It was not about the bedpost.
So I was just watching, Tommy, actually going back to Greening Out. I just kind of old streaming through Netflix like you said you were doing earlier, and I came across the Trailer Park Boys episode where you and Rob Wells decided to have a smoke off. Was that real? Was all that real? All that real.
Real weed, real bong, real everything.
How did you guys get him off the ground?
We never. It's a Trailer Park Boys, man. And Nova Scotia. That's a different breed. That's a different breed of person, man. If you've ever been there, man, woo. The extremes,
Yeah.
You can see our ancestors. It goes way back, all the way to the beginning, too. But it was.
Has anyone ever had you starstruck?
I got over that really, really quick with Jack Nicholson, who's, by the way, it was his Volkswagen that we used in Up in Smoke.
Oh, there you go.
But first time I saw Jack Nicholson, I was at a party with Lou Adler's party, and I was in a room. I'd just gotten high. John Lennon was in the room, and Rod Stewart came in, but I smoked it all by myself. And so I walked out. I'm really high, and I run into Jack Nicholson, and I remember Jack from a movie called Last Detail, where he played some kind of army guy. And there's a scene in there where Jack combs his hair for fucking 10 minutes at least. And he's got no hair. There's nothing there to comb. But he stood there and combed it for 10 minutes. And so when I saw him, I said, Jack, there's something I've always wanted to ask you. When you were doing that scene where you're combing your hair, Was that you? Was that written in there? It was like really a stupid question. He didn't answer. He just looked at me, excuse me, and he just pushed me aside, and he walked by me like I was some poop on his shoe.
Did you smoke with Jack?
Funny. No. I've rode to the Laker game with him a few times. No, Jack likes to get high with his ladies. There's a reason Jack does everything. He's kind of over the hill now. He hit that why you shouldn't drink so much phase in his life.
What's that like going with Jack to Lakers games? Because he essentially is royalty there. What's that experience?
Well, that was no. Listen, when you're with these guys, there's no royalty. Maybe with fans, but not with each other. No, we were riding.
No, sorry, I meant more of his Jack at the Lakers games is like Spike Lee at Knicks games. Like it's not.
Oh yeah. No, with us, no. Jack was never dull. In fact, Jack was the reason we quit going to the Laker games, and it was the reason that we wrote Basketball Jones, because we got it. We're at Lou's house, and Lou said, "Hey, you going to the game? Okay, well, okay. Why don't you ride with Jack? Blah blah blah." And so we ended up with Jack Nicholson in his Mercedes, and so we get to Manchester to the Forum, and Jack starts driving down the wrong side of the road, like going about 80 miles an hour. Down the wrong side of the road, oncoming traffic, 80 miles an hour. Cheech is in the back seat, and he's nervous. And when Cheech gets nervous, he starts singing songs that he writes, other songs. And he's singing in the back seat going, I got Basketball Jones, got Basketball Jones, got Basketball Jones. And we finally made it, no problem. No one got hurt. But the next day, we went in and recorded. I wrote the lyrics, and Cheech sang the song, and that's how we got Basketball Jones. But Jack, man, we never rode with Jack again. In fact, we never got offered either. But he's a little bit entitled.
Okay. That was a good Hollywood story right there. But could you tell us another Hollywood story? Well, my question was to have you tell us a Hollywood story, but you already told a great one, so I'm wondering there must be another one in there somewhere.
Yeah, it depends on which one.
Any hockey players?
Right now. Gretzky.
Whoa. Hang on.
Okay. This isn't a funny. It's not funny really, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because a friend of ours, George Blondheim, guy had a block for years about that name. But anyway, George Blondheim, piano composer from Edmonton, really good friends with Wayne Gretzky. Really good friends. George dated some Wayne's, I don't know, some cousin. I don't know. Anyway, they were very, very tight. Gretzky's at his height in hockey with Edmonton. They come to the Forum to play the Kings, and there's a show called Miracle on Manchester.
Oh.
Miracle on Manchester Avenue. And what happened? Now, the plan was that we were going to go to the game, see the game, then hang out with Gretzky after the game. So we're at the game. It goes into overtime. Goes into another overtime. And the Kings win it by 1 goal. It was the greatest comeback in the history of the Kings. And they beat the great Gretzky. So infinite wisdom, I think, well, he's not going to be in any good mood tonight. So no sense in hanging around, and how are you going to be happy when the Kings beat him as bad as And so we kind of told George, we couldn't make it, and so we kind of punked out on it. And then we talked to George later, and Gretzky was so hurt and so mad, so pissed off, because he was a big fan. And he didn't give a shit about the game. It's another game. So what? How many games do you play? How many chances do you get to hang out with Cheech and Chong? So that was my sad. And I haven't met Wayne face to face yet.
Ever?
Nope. No. I hung out with Messier for a while.
Yeah,
had a couple of.
Probably smokes the blunts, I bet. But
you know who smokes? Darren
McCartney.
Darren McCartney.
Oh yeah, we had him on the show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I smoked with him actually. We were, in fact, I kind of inspired him back east. But yeah, we did a couple of some kind of opening or something together.
Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent you.
The number one sports podcast in Vancouver with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
Ryan Hayes and Big Mike are taking over the podcast scene in Vancouver. Get down or lay down. Lay down. Lay down.